Report with me, Harvey,
and me, Tom.
So last night PSG played Chelsea in the Champions League and the final score was 2-1 to PSG with
Zlatan Ibrahimovic
scoring an amazing goal.
Our second news story is that 1 million British workers will soon be on zero-hour contracts. With young people proving vulnerable, these contracts do not guarantee work or pay.
Owen Smith, MP, said spiralling numbers of British workers cannot be certain where their next day's work is coming from.
Our last story is about low-income households needing energy caps. Millions of low-income households could see power bills cut after a watchdog report in the UK's energy sectors.
Now time for some news closer to home. Over to Hitchin Boys School, head boy Joe. So Joe, what's been going on in sixth form?
Well, at the moment we've got the Cole Swinburne Cup competition going on, which is a consortium competition between the girls' school and the Priory and us. We recently had the music round, which we won, and that currently puts us in first place, the Priory School in second and Hitchin Girls' School in last place. We've got the dance competition coming up soon, and also the rounders. So hopefully we'll win for the 5th year running.
Thank you, Joe.
On the 8th of March, we celebrated International Women's Day.
Although we are an all-boys school, a large portion of staff are female and we wanted to recognise them.
Now over to Pip, Dylan and Ethan, who went to find out more.
So the women that have changed our lives are our mums. They gave life to us and take care of us. This is why the demand and respect.
Also, some female celebrities and teachers are important in everyone's lives. Celebrities who donate to charity change people's lives and are idols around the world.
We have learnt that Women's Day started on the 8th of March 1914 to highlight Women's Day. They weren't treated the same way as men. The women want to be heard and they were not treated equally.
At this time, there was a march to say they wanted to be treated equally, and this is how Women's Day started.
At HBS, we have decided to look at Women's Day from an all-boys school perspective. We appreciate that the female teachers do for us and the students. We have decided to find out why they wanted to work at an all-boys school.
Why did I want to work in an all-boys school? I don't think Hitchin Boys School is any ordinary all-boys school. I think it's a very special place to work. I particularly enjoy working with all boys because at home I've got 2 daughters, so it's quite nice to get a bit of a break.
Came to the boys' school because I really enjoy teaching boys. I've taught in a mixed environment before, but partly because I am quite sporty. I wanted to help run cricket teams and badminton teams. I'm a maths teacher. A lot of boys like maths and are good at it.
I suppose the reason I wanted to work in an all-boys school was because the last school I worked at was an all-girls school, and I thought it would be really interesting to see how boys are together. But also it's how me at home understand my son a little bit more.
Miss Phoebe, you're an inspirational woman because you are our head of year. Why did you want to work in an all-boys school?
So when I was applying for my teacher training, I was told I had to get 2 weeks of experience in schools. One of those weeks I spent here at Hitchin Boys School. I absolutely loved it, so when a job came up, of course I applied.
Thank you for all the women who've contributed into our report.
There are lots of different reasons that women wanted to work in an all-boys school. We are just so grateful that they wanted to spend their lives educating us.
Now to our next story. The new Creative Art Faculty leader, Miss Hetherington, has introduced Arts Week, which took place here at Hitchin Boys School this week.
Let's see what Ollie and Charlie found out about Arts Week.
It has been Arts Week. We're here with the Head of Creative Arts, Miss Hetherington. What's your favourite type of music?
My favourite type is mostly classical music. I love opera and symphony music, but actually while I've been at the school I've learned so much more about different kinds of music that I like with loads of different things now. I love all the things that you guys do in your groups and your bands as well.
What's your favourite artist or band at the moment?
My favourite artist would have to be a classical artist, and it would be a conductor who's a man called Antonio Pipano, who's the chief conductor at the Royal Opera House School Garden, because I think he's just the most amazing musician.
Who do you think is the best musician in the school and why?
That is so hard to answer. I'm not even sure I can answer it because I think people have such incredibly different strengths. And you have people like, if I could name just a couple of people, and it would have to be a couple, you'd have somebody like Tom Addison, who is the most incredible singer and improviser. You've got your brother, Will Richardson, who is a phenomenal bass player. Then you have Simeon May, the saxophone player. So I don't think there is one musician who is better than all of them. I think there's just a band of musicians at the top of the school who are amazing.
What student do you think will be successful in the music industry?
What student? I think there's not just one. We've had people in the whole time I've been here who've been successful and have turned into successful professional musicians. The most obvious one most recently is James Bay. But you look at people like Peter Mitchell and other musicians like him who are earning a living as very successfully as professional musicians. Currently, I think any of the top level musicians in the school will go on to have a career in music. I think it's never just one. I think it's a whole group of them.
What's your least favourite type of music?
I don't really get my head around grunge or urban music particularly. It's not. I can appreciate when it's done well, but it's not my taste.
Alright, thank you, Miss.
Now over to the weather with Ethan and Keenan.
Thanks, Tom. Following on from all that rain in Hitchin yesterday morning, today is a new beginning and we're in for some clear skies throughout the day, and we'll be reaching a high of 9 degrees between 3 and 4 p.m.
Unfortunately, we'll see a dip in degrees towards early evening and a low of 1 degree overnight. Naturally, it will be largely dry for most of us. The further west you are, the lower the temperatures. Cloud will continue to be a nuisance as we move into the afternoon.
The bulk of Scotland will be dry and sunny, where temperatures will be around 6 degrees. In East Anglia, you should see some sunshine along with the southwest England and Wales.
Overnight, we will have clearer skies and temperature falling away, and there will be some pockets of frost. So make sure you wrap up warm. Thanks for listening. I've been Keelan.
I've been Ethan for the BBC School Report. Back to the studio.
It will soon be World Poetry Day on the 21st of March.
So we sent out a team to interview our teachers and to find out their favourite poems. Take a look at this.
Hello and welcome to our report on World Poetry Day. World Poetry Day will take place on the 25th of March and it's created in March November. Today we want to promote World Poetry Day in our school Hitchin boys by asking some questions to the teachers.
I'm very into a young female poet called Kate Tempest at the moment. She won an award in 2013 for innovation in poetry. It's something a bit different. I think she speaks in a normal way, in a way that people can relate to. I think she talks about themes that relate to me. She's similar age to me, and I feel like she speaks about something real. So many. She has a poem called Icarus, which I like, which is based on the story of Icarus, but relating it to kind of modern day struggles. Because it relates to today's world, and it's got some really fantastic imagery in there, and just really clever use of words.
Actually, I'd say that teaching poetry is one of my favourite things to teach, because you get to explore theme such as conflict or love or something like that, and you get to look at lots and lots of different poems and how different poets had different ideas about this theme. I also think that lots of young people don't generally read poetry, so it's something that as teachers we can introduce to students, and hopefully they will enjoy it.
We are now going over to Ollie and Charlie for the sports news.
So, do you think that England will win the Six Nations?
Undoubtedly. I think England will certainly win the Six Nations. I think we've got a very good squad, and I think we're in a really good position to go on and win it.
Who do you think will win the Premier League and why?
My personal opinion at the moment, I think Leicester City will continue to stay at the top, and I think they'll go on and win it. They're in a fantastic position in top of the league, and they got some goal scorers, and actually they try and play some good football as well.
What's your favourite football team?
My favourite football team is Norwich City. Unfortunately, I'm from around that area, so therefore I'm a little bit biased, but they're my favourite football team.
Okay, What's your favourite rugby team?
My favourite rugby team? Northampton Saints. Again, closest Premier League rugby team to me as I was growing up. I also liked the way they played rugby last year. I thought they had some really good players, got some strong players. This year, maybe slightly a little bit disappointing in their performances, but still, they're my favourite rugby team.
In English cricket, why do you think England's not doing very well?
I might challenge that ever so slightly. I think England are doing quite well. We've got a new setup. The county system's being changed this year ever so slightly. I also think we're in a bit of a transitional year, a couple of years, where the game is changing as well, and we're adapting to that. We're adapting to the big hitters, and we're changing our game. And I actually think we're developing quite well.
Thanks. Back to the studio.
World Book Day took place last week. James, would you like to tell us more about it?
Some of the activities that we did at Hitchin Boys to celebrate World Book Day included the staff shelving competition, which involved staff sending in pictures of their bookshelves and pupils matching the staff member to their shelf. 50 pupils took part in the competition. We also had a book swap in the library where 100 books were swapped, and during lunchtime it was great to see lots of pupils taking part.
That sounds very exciting. Thanks for telling us about this event.
And finally, for something a little bit more light-hearted, a loggerhead turtle called Tallulah was found dying on a beach in Cornwall, but now she's recovering well.
The turtle was unable to move or eat when she was found. However, she is able to eat on her own now, and it is hoped that she will be released into the wild soon.
That's all from us here at Hitchin Boys School. He's been Todd and he's been Harvey.
That's it for now.
Stay classy, Hitchin.
That's it that's all.
Oh, what the?
Oh, you already started.
Surely you can't be serious. We need to write that all again. Wait, you still filming?
Yeah.
Bye. My leg's still on the wrong.
Gonna have to write it again.
What?
Got the iPhone 6 case.
Cheap case. Right, so you're filming now. Wait.
BBC News Report with me, Harvey. Wait, slow down.
So yeah.
Ready?
A loggerhead turtle.
Oh,